we go. And we're on. And then I gotta click the. Check this out. Oh
shit! Oh shit!
Wait.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Oh, there it is. Thursday on the Thursday, we got a podcast on a Thursday. Got Tim, Ty, Alex, and Dave gonna laugh all the way to your motherfucking grave. Got bars, baby.
Gross.
Woo! Sorry.
Big who?
Honestly, that does sum it up, though, right?
Yeah,
like I think everything about diner culture that needs to be said has been said.
Yeah.
I
did actually look into it, and I had nothing else to say. After
No,
that.
I mean, really, everything you said was incredibly insightful.
Hang on.
It was super weird. Like, I'm really not used to it.
Hang on.
I mean, to sum everything up, it's third shift and first shift meeting together.
I forgot to hit record.
Are you serious?
Oh shit!
We'll have to pull that back.
Whatever.
Well,
Hey, Nate, will you run that? Can you? No, Nate wasn't recording either. Well, sorry about that. Well, we'll never talk about that again, I guess.
we did, man.
Well, I mean, welcome everyone to Family with Style, an irreverent podcast about off-the-cuff thoughts, reviews, and the struggle of a group of lifelong friends attempting to maintain their friendships through the harsh reality of life constantly pulling them apart.
Are you trying to speed run this?
Massive amounts of shit to and about each other. Yep. That's it. Yep. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Tim. I'm joined here by
80% Ty.
and
Diffie Dave.
And Gravy Dave.
and Diffie and Gravy.
Heard.
Diffie go into gravy. Guys, before we get into this topic, I do want to ask you guys. I want to present you guys with a scenario, if I may. Okay. In the 1979 classic Star Wars,
Heard of it?
yeah, George Lucas invented a style of music. It was called jizz. It was called jizz music. Okay.
It's the cantina
Right.
music, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was called jizz. However, jizz in the, let's say, the 1990s took on a whole different meaning, right? Let's just say it took on a little bit.
I never followed up, if I'm honest.
Yeah. So in recent memory, Disney has since changed it as no longer jizz music. It is Jatz, Jatz.
Boo.
So hear me out. We can't obviously make Disney do anything, right?
Sure.
But
Not
as
that attitude.
human beings, we can change our cum to Jatz, right? Like I'm out here, I'm gonna fucking Jatz. You know what I'm
First of
saying?
all, I don't think you do it. Every time I'm about to jizz.
She got Jatz on her face, dog.
Yeah,
You know? Like,
I'm gonna Jatz in the Wendy's drive-thru or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's
So
a very common thing.
they can't fucking stop us. That's all I'm saying.
When you say the Wendy's drive-through, like through the window?
No,
I'm not a
hold on,
goddamn
wait.
criminal. I don't believe that's any of your goddamn business.
Yeah,
sir.
number one.
Okay.
It's a TikTok
brought it up.
challenge. You gotta
You gotta
start
order.
cranking it while you're ordering.
No, like
Finish
fucking-
before you pay.
You got a Jatz all over the window.
We got this 80% tie and Dave.
Well, hold on.
You guys in the just jacking it together?
No.
Jatzing
it,
it, dumbass.
See?
Jats off.
See?
We
Little
didn't
Jatz off.
Jets off.
We have just a list of topics. We didn't really like.
Some of them are pretty good.
I brought a beer for us to try.
Did you? Mm-hmm. All right.
Technically, I brought two, but I think the one is just for me.
Okay.
I like the one that you honed in on out of this entire list, which was really from the heart because I'm like it just is steeped in like.
Are we just diving straight in?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay.
I like the one that you dove into specifically, which was Tyler brought this up. It said Alex is most likely to suck dick because he's poor.
Well, that brings us to our newest segment. Well, yes and no.
All right.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Yes, 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 and no.
I like that.
That was
a good
the yes and
jingle.
no jingle. Yeah.
All right. So
Believe it or not, guys, I just came up with that on the fly.
no way.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
I'm a talented motherfucker.
On the yes, Alex is most likely to suck dick because he's poor team are Alex and Tim.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
obviously,
Well, was that randomly generated?
yep.
Or did you, okay.
Yep. I loaded up chat with a
Damn.
Alex, Tyler, Tim, and David are going to debate, and I need them randomly generated into the yes category or the no category. And I said, I'm going to give this to you or ask for it a couple of times.
Okay.
See, I'm already, because the only thing I have on is the qualifier because I'm poor.
Yeah.
Well, that's not why,
Oh.
He's already getting into it, folks.
but I can't argue that side now because chat decided. So
No, you know what? Just
people get desperate.
What side are we?
We are. Alex is not most likely to suck dick. I guess we'll put it in the confines of this room. of this room on the pod who's the most likely to suck dick? And I
Because
said
of-
Alex.
No, I
Well,
get the
you
question.
said it.
Are we on the
We're on the no. He
Okay.
is not most likely to suck dick.
You don't have to.
I don't know what you know. I don't know what you fucking know.
You just
Like,
told me the question.
He's like, yeah, no, I get it.
So
Wasn't
you're-
this your question?
No, it's not my question.
I just said that to throw him under the bus.
Yeah.
You know, as
Because
is tradition.
I started with, just before we get it, it's just I started with real topics this time. Then Tyler had bullshit topics, and then I had to one up him by going like, oof, just a lot of kill yourself when your brother sucks dick and blah blah blah, that kind of shit. And it went from there.
my my topics were: what clothing do you use as, if you have any, is a security blanket for you, like something you wear?
Yeah.
The other one was
Apparently
in a
that's a bullshit
stadium
question.
setting. Do you give people? Do you
Both-
swing
both
meat?
of those are good
do,
questions.
do you swing meat or
I'm gonna be
or
honest.
give them ass?
I had to read that 3 times to understand what the question was, and then I was like, because I think in a stadium setting is either somewhere in the middle or the end, and I was like, what in the absolute fuck are you talking about?
I have a great idea. I'm going to run through
Let's
the
roll a dice.
entire list at the moment of topics we could cover this podcast, and then we'll get back into whether or not
at least this isn't a shit show. You know, like at least it's just off to a good
Gonna be
start.
talking
Tim
about
goes back to his other podcast. He's like, "Thank fucking God." Like,
To be fair, he did open with your brother's poor and sucks dick. Go. Like,
By the way,
proving wrong.
second episode of the podcast is out. I just want to point that.
Yeah,
he's
like
always plugging
halfway
that
through it.
shit. All right, so in whatever list it goes, underrated movies or TV shows. What's holding you back? What's the worst job you've ever had? Is there
Ever? Jesus.
is there a common phrase or word you can't stand? What job would you be
yes
terrible
and no.
or good at?
Sucking dick.
Very good. Well, a lot of people look at it.
Oh,
yeah,
terrible
sure.
or good?
Well, this might be the next
Yes.
one for Alex. How do you mitigate stress?
Is that on the yes or no side of this?
We haven't decided that one yet.
that.
The last one in this block, and then we have another block and a half, is there anyone you like to keep around in your friend circle just to know that your life is better than theirs?
that was a shot at me.
That's
no,
why
that was
I'm
a shot
here.
at me, motherfucker.
Well,
You weren't even in the office yet.
I think I have evidence
he
that it's
tells
a
me
shot
that
at
every
me.
day.
I think I have evidence since we've been recording that that's a shot at me.
no, you can't name 70 times that this has been like the case, okay? We'll go into-
David always tells me every morning, he's like, God, you look like shit. Thanks for like brightening up my day and making me feel better about myself. You know?
Yeah. Peace be with you. Anyway, so Tyler's block was: do you swing meat at people or let them smell your ass when navigating through stadium-style seating? As in, do you give them crotch or ass whenever you're going through?
That's why, the way it
I was
was.
trying to be articulate. You know?
No, so
way
yeah,
it's written, I was like-
swinging meat is definitely fucking Shakespearean, sir.
It's March, baby.
Did you have some, Alex?
Oh no, it was just
Okay, cool.
the way it was worded.
Do you have a
Threw me
piece of
off.
clothing? Do you have a piece of clothing that acts like a security blanket, good and bad, throughout the years? What kept our friendship together? Great one. Fuck, stupid. I am going to update this last question to 2012, unless you meant it.
My bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your dream car, and why is it the 2012 Nissan Rogue? Which is, I mean,
We had a 2015.
how long could this podcast be? You know what I mean? Whenever, I mean, you can only say
how big's
perfection
your-
in so many
like,
ways.
sorry,
How big's
folks.
your card?
we have,
Half a gig.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So 30 minutes.
Well, on the bit rate that we're, because these mics.
It's like 14. It's like 14 minutes.
And then Tyler, or this might have been me, so this might be a little inflammatory to anyone with the same last name, but who's the gayest father on the podcast?
That was yours.
Yeah, 100% yours.
Alex is most likely to suck dick because he's poor. Since the votes love turning into their alcoholic,
Change my mind.
since the votes love turning into their alcoholic, abusive father, why don't they just kill themselves? Group topic.
Group topic.
And these are all of David's big brain questions.
Well, because I wanted to soften it by saying there's got to be a good vegan sauce, right? You know.
I really liked that because I was like, sweet Thai chili. maybe?
And then
Barbecue?
Tim's that I pulled out was, well, Tim wanted to back off the topic because we already had so many good ideas. He was like, "There's so many good ideas here."
Yeah. I was like, I'll just
that
keep my
is-
topics
about
for
the
next
votes
time.
killing themselves for hours.
That was
Well, yes and no.
good.
I just love the way this is worded. Why, when wiping your ass, your finger goes through it's like a foregone conclusion.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
why, when wiping your ass and your finger goes through the toilet paper, do you have to smell your finger?
Yeah. Why? Like, why every time when you're wiping your ass, finger goes through the toilet paper. You
Every time
see-
you wipe your ass, the finger
see-
goes through
no,
the
no,
toilet
no,
paper,
no.
and then you smell it.
No, what I'm
It
saying
doesn't
is
sound like an accident.
why when it happens? Why when I'm wiping my ass and the finger goes through the paper? Not every time.
Do you not
Okay.
stand up and wipe?
Huh? What?
Huh?
Okay, so why? And then you clearly see it is shit on your finger.
Sure.
Why then do you have to sniff it?
Well, yeah, it's a health thing. It's,
Like you know what it smells like. It smells like shit.
It's the same thing. You're in the club, you know.
Oh, I'm the weird one, Alex?
Popping the bub.
Oh, I'm the weird
and
one?
You're smelling
Look at
girls'
you.
asses at the club. You ain't know.
Yeah, you.
I
In the
gotta
club.
go.
Yeah.
This was on a podcast topic, but is that a message where I was like, is it weird I gag at my own farts?
Are we going back to the Alex filleting men, like factually? I mean, I can't. That's not my stance anymore because I'm on the other end of that.
What? That wasn't the.
The first yes, no.
What a setup.
No, it was because of my financial situation.
It's like a foregone conclusion. Like I was
The
going
way reread it, the way that it reads, it is not like it's.
Oh
It
no,
is
it
very
was.
true.
It was.
because so like
Yes,
it is very
X
well written. I just
happens
wanna say.
because of Y.
Yes,
It was more of a statement than it was anything else.
Sure. Yeah, I could say the sky is blue. Period. Not question mark. Are you not going to debate me about it?
Well, yes and no.
Oh fuck, dude.
Here we go.
All right, fine. Then open up the floodgates because. Did any one of those stick out to you, or are we? Actually, I can't see how long we've been going.
Let's go ahead and wrap it up.
Roll the dice.
Let's get the
All
fuck
right.
out of here. Yeah, this has been. I've been Tim.
I hate it here.
I'm still.
Actually, worst job.
Ooh,
All right.
worst job ever. I got to give that to Buckhead. That fucking
which
place.
one?
That place, Bardstown Road. Yeah, that place fucking sucked, dude.
Yeah.
I was there for fucking 3 years, 4 years, something like that.
I was there too. So
Yeah, I think it was 3 years, and I probably aged about 17 years while I was there. Those people had no idea how to run a restaurant. They fucking, it was like the dirtiest fucking place that we just tried to make clean all the time, and it was just the building was falling apart.
we did have some decent times though.
That's the hard part about it,
Yeah.
because the job itself sucked, but like the people I met along the way,
There it is.
Always some of them.
Yeah, true. I mean, but every job's like that.
Come to think of it, realistically, beach.
I was just saying we got beach and
We were already
Well-
friends.
Yeah. Brand.
I worked at a place called the Fun House, and
I forgot about that.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
because
Was
I
that
don't talk
before
about it a lot.
Atlantis?
Yeah, because Atlantis wasn't like bad per se. I was the bad guy. Then
Yeah,
what's
you
the?
stole a lot of money.
Hang on.
No,
hang on, hang on.
allegedly.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you. I'm not a criminal.
I take it
Anymore.
back. I take it back.
Convicted criminal.
All right,
Never.
buckle your seatbelts. Let's go.
Your seat. He heard that from Charlie earlier
Yes,
today.
yes.
He heard that from Charlie.
Who's Charlie?
On his rollerball fucking.
Oh, did you watch it? Okay, yeah,
a little.
it was great, yeah.
I don't work anyway.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So,
Buckle your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen.
it was a kids. It was like a
Okay.
New Albany.
It was a
Chuck E-
rip off
it was,
Chuck E. Cheese.
It was a tiny New Albany rip off Chuck E. Cheese. Which
It's
is
a
cool.
Goodwill now.
Yeah, exactly. So you could see how long that lasted. So they made pizzas there, and so I was making pizzas, and I like. There's so many tiny little memories about it, but there was a dog mascot, and intermittently throughout the children's scream event that's happening out in front of the pizza place, we would have to don the dog mascot. Now the thing was that you could never say like, hang on, can someone watch these pizzas? I mean, the dog's name was Buddy. Just happenstance.
Was it
the dog's
what?
name was Buddy.
Was it?
Yes,
Okay.
Oh, wow.
because you couldn't say, it was against policy where you say I gotta go do Buddy, because they found that too explicit. Making, just stating out loud, like I'm going to go
my
perform this other
God.
action of the job.
Dude, the people that owned it ended up
Get
buying
fucked.
the Bearnos that I worked at the same time, and they were a nightmare.
I can
Like,
imagine.
I can. Well, I mean, you worked for them just somewhere else. Like I can attest to. Yeah.
Yeah, people like it sounds like people that like just had enough liquidity, or like were able to debt leverage themselves enough to be like, we should have a restaurant.
Dude, that's so many owners in the restaurant
Yes.
industry. God,
Why
it
do
fucking
people
pisses
do
me off.
that?
I don't know.
It's fucking clout
He said.
chasing. It's but no, like
Hey, how's that dick sucking going, by the way?
I can't get a single client.
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Have you been to Slammers?
What?
Duh. Where'd you think I started?
Where'd you been?
Johnny
I showed up
D's,
at Alcove, and then all the beautiful people there, they were like, "Bud," and I was like, "You're right. You're right."
How much
So-
are you
You're
charging?
you're starting at fives. You got to go to like one
well,
and a half.
the one biker that agreed was like, "I'll give you cocaine." I was like, "Then I gotta
Can I
flip
suck?
cocaine."
Can I suck you? Or like he was like, no, I'll just give it to you.
He's like, you can take this to leave. I'm like, all
I'll be
right.
poor and a drug addict. All right.
Why would you start at Slammers? Like I was
It's
imagining,
closest like establishment to the house.
it's within. Never mind.
It's a neighborhood bar, man. You're sucking neighborhood dick, you know?
I like that.
Yeah.
Shit where you eat or whatever they
Yeah,
say
you know
in
what
the
they
biz. Whatever my dad used to say.
Eat
But
your
anyway,
own
we couldn't say the phrase "I'm gonna go do, buddy." Like we'd have to just do this dance around this very common phrase of like performing an action. I'm gonna go do, you know. That was really fucking annoying. It's like workshop is a hard one because there's so many like little instances of this sucked more than that, and I'm a different person throughout my life every single
sure.
time.
Yeah.
Like for example, Trilogy Health Services. There was moments, so that's a long-term care facility for so old folks, rehabilitation, stuff like that. And the problem is the corporate structure there, in a sense, is like, so I was a director of food service for a long time, and I think I'm still in some of the marketing that they use. I'm serious. I think I am, but
Does Leah still work there?
Leah does not. Leah works at a bank.
Ashley does though.
Yeah.
Sorry for all the mouth noises. But I had like 7 or 8 people who had like direct effect over how the kitchen was ran or staffing levels or what we ordered. There was a support person above me who could come in and give, inspections and whatnot. And then it just, lo and behold, like, oh, so can the activities director support person, and so can the maintenance over here, and so can the other executive director's support person.
It also didn't help that your assistant was the owner's son, who is by definition the most remedial human being I've ever met in my entire life.
Yeah.
That is an excellent way to put that.
That was the nicest thing anyone's ever said on this podcast, like factually.
You have a lot of ammunition, and you said a remedial human being, and when it's honestly, I'm like,
Proud of you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, it's one of those things of like nature versus nurture, like the nurture aspect. Well, maybe not. The nature of John's life did not allow him to feel strife or struggle to like make a diamond out of the coal kind of thing. So because he never struggled, he never knew like what he could have done in the like later on. Like struggle builds people.
I think I still have a picture on my phone of one of the desserts that you did that you sent, and it was
Was it the king cake over a bed of lettuce?
no, it was like, and this may have been a John thing. It was like a chocolate ganache something, but you piped it out, and the hole cut in the piping bag was huge. It looked like a literal piece of shit.
This was not me, so
and then it was like dust. I'll see if I can find it.
So I'm pretty sure Tyler through whatever means. The good news is like whoever made that desserts, that guy's dead. So he will never make those desserts ever again.
His
Did he choke on the dessert?
that kid's desserts were awful.
Yeah, like go to hell kind of thing, if
For
at all
sure.
possible. So he speed ran life, but I think he had a limp or something. So like God hated him already. So like he was already halfway there.
Or he was just hog swinging.
Or
you know what I mean?
that's what I didn't think about. The dude had a fucking penar on him. Like,
Oh, he did a king cake over a bed of lettuce, which is wild. He did.
you gotta have your greens. You know what I mean? You gotta get it.
David.
You know what they say, sugar and greens.
David sent me a picture of this stuff. I'll say that stuff and bowls just on a sheet tray, like ready for service. And he just goes, "What is this?" He knew what it was. It was it was test. I was like, "It's chili." Naturally, he goes, "No, it's cherry cobbler."
What?
Oh yeah,
What?
this picture
You
was
thought
not,
it was chili?
I thought
this picture was
that-
not in black and white. This picture was
and
full
that-
HD color.
That was not me making a joke. That wasn't. No,
That was a
it
legitimate guess.
That
You
was
thought
a
it was chili.
legitimate guess. It looks like
Fuck.
bowls of chili. He's like, "Nope, cherry cobbler." I'm like, "That's not what." Okay,
Try again.
Yeah.
It's a hard balancing act to like make
The
something.
king cake also had oranges. Sorry, I just remember that. It was a bed of lettuce, slices of oranges on it, and then a king cake.
Now, I'd probably have to Google what goes. It's a hard balance,
That does sound good.
like between budgets and the aforementioned many bosses.
I found it.
These desserts did not go in my kitchen. None of
No,
them were in
these-
my kitchen.
no.
Served never.
God.
What are you showing him?
It looks like
I have
nuts.
that picture.
Hey,
me-
subscribe,
let me
subscribe
see.
to the Patreon. You could see the literal.
Oh yeah, that is
okay,
a-
that's not me.
Chocolate shit.
that's a log of shit on a graham cracker.
literally what it looks
It's
like.
on like a brownie. Yeah. You get subscribe to the Patreon, Alex Gone Awry, and we will put a picture of this up. It's only $1 a month.
I mean, besides,
Jesus.
Also,
Did
like
you
when
actually-
you're
This from
Launch a
2015. I haven't.
yo, when you're cutting your piping bag, like
I
who's
haven't,
like,
but
yeah, like halfway.
yeah.
yeah. Wait. So then, who did that?
I don't remember.
I don't
his
think that
name.
one was served in my kitchen either.
It wasn't.
Like any of these photos that Tyler sent you,
That kid
this
didn't
is
work in the kitchen. In your kitchen.
it was another facility just because we would get like people would send photos like that or we would see them shared on social media saying like
I
hey
know
geez
what you're
Louise like
talking about, yeah.
tonight's special event at Shit Creek Cake, like everyone loves it.
And then you'd get Trilogy employees be like, that looks so good.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
like,
Heart emoji, Rafflecopter.
I worked for Bravo, and it was the same way. Like, we were in this fucking chef group text, and I was just like, please fucking kill me, dude. This is the worst. And, like, people would be like, ooh, check this out. And they'd be like, the corporate chef was in there, and he'd just be like, great presentation. And I'm just like, this looks like fucking garbage. Like,
Is that chili?
like, yeah. Like, no, that's a pizza chef. I'm like, you might want
Sure,
to try
I'll-
again.
Dave and I come up with this dope special menu, and we get a response of, what about boiled chicken?
Yeah,
No, that was not.
You're right.
No,
Okay.
the other thing with that one was we were requested not to use pepper because the lady who requested was on a diet. That was her exact
So
line.
many calories in black pepper, dog.
That was her exact line was, could we just steam or boil chicken?
She would also go and rip shots of Jack Daniels at her
For
car
dude.
before,
Good
like,
for her.
It's not that.
When I was working
zero
at
cal.
Caesars,
yeah.
when I was working at Caesars in the banquet department, I mean, I'm still kind of off and on, but like when I was there, like full time, the chef there, shout out Chef Marty, he's a fucking real one. I love that dude. He asked me and a couple other people to come into the office, and like we sat down and we banged out this fucking baller ass menu, and he's just like, "Here's your price point. Here's what we have to go on."
Thank you, Alex.
Legit,
Somebody said it.
Yeah.
Come in the office. Jatz in the office. No, okay.
Damn. Damn. All right.
No, he's still going.
Drink.
He's still going.
I'm a little pissed off that I'm
Sorry.
yeah. No, don't be. I'm a little pissed at myself. I'm probably gonna like fucking just cat of nine tails myself when I get home. So
Thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank
I was
you
just going to ask
Flagellate.
Alex your worst job.
No, Tim was in the middle of his.
He
Yeah, I
said-
think we're
he said
done.
Buckheads.
No, he just said when I'm working.
Yeah,
at
no.
Caesars,
When I was
tell
out
him a
at
different
Caesars, like we banged out this whole menu. It just reminded me when you brought this up, but and like they've had the same menu since like 1986. Like it's crazy. It's like shrimp cocktail and fucking like here's your boiled ribeye, like shit like that. It's just like it's fucking awful. And they put like parsley on everything, and it's just like here you go. There's some greens. And we came up with this fucking killer ass menu, dude. And we presented it to the higher ups, and they were just like, "Yeah, this is great. This is great. Well, what about this?" And it was like the same fucking menu that and we're like,
No, you said the same thing back to me. And
I was like, yeah. I was like, we're already serving that. They're like, yeah, but they like this. And I'm like, but we don't know if they don't like this, like, because we haven't tried it yet. They're just like, yeah,
And we never will.
and we never will. And they've never changed. Like, it's been the same menu for like almost 15 years.
Alex.
UPS was pretty bad. That was right out of high school. My job, the job I had at UPS is literally a robot does now.
Really?
Yeah. So because I was in small sort, so when small packages get shipped, they get shipped in like big bags, like big nylon mesh bags that weigh, 50 to 70 pounds, and they come down a belt, and you unzip the bag and you would throw them in a chute. What? Anyways, y'all do one. You throw them in a chute, and then they would go down a fucking slide, and you would sort them, label up into So now it's all just robots, but that was monotonous as hell. It was super loud, so it's like you couldn't carry on a conversation with anybody. You couldn't have a phone or an iPod of any kind. You couldn't. There was nothing that you could do. It was just like, it was brutal.
Like,
I've
did
had
you
some
have hearing protection or anything? Was it that
No.
droning or anything? Or
I mean, I'm sure I probably had some hearing loss through the years, but it's hard to say between like that and all the brewery pumps and stuff. And then, it's just, it's not cool to wear hearing protection. when you're a man.
Yeah, 100%.
So it just
Do you
Which is
think that's changed with COVID, like via masks? Like, you know, because you see masks more than not before. Like, does PPE in general? Do you think that's
I think maybe to a degree. I think it's
personal protective equipment?
I think it's probably regional, and like I'm definitely far more like the idea. Like I rode my bike down here without a helmet. I rode a block and a half, and the whole time I'm like, I need a helmet. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life?
But
right
like the
now?
lady at the coffee shop. Sorry, I don't mean to step on you, but she wears masks.
Always.
I don't see it. She wears it so often. Do you notice?
She wears it, yeah.
That's the thing where I'm like, I'm not sure if I know her. Like I don't know if I may have seen her face.
That could be Ashley Dittmeyer for all I know.
Well, I mean, it probably not, but like,
Well, yeah, but
That'd be wild. But yeah,
with that though, in high school, I had buddies that would go and shoot shotguns and shit without.
that's nuts.
earmuffs.
To me.
dude.
Well, I went shooting with them. This is when I was in college. I went one time, and I was like, yeah, like I don't need them. And so when I had just got my Mosin, and
My Mosin.
my old Mosin, and I ripped it with no plugs in. I was like, nope, I'm like not doing that.
I did that one time with a shotgun as well, and I was like, nah, I'm super good on that.
It's a big board.
I don't
rifle,
remember
and
what I did it with, but same one
It was
time.
like
I was
a
like,
12
hear anything.
It was like a 12 gauge, and I was like, nah, I'm
Yeah.
because I'm like out in the side yard of like Daniel Gillies' house or whatever, and you know he's like, maybe we should shoot shotguns, and I'm like, we could suck each other's dicks, like that is an option.
You're like, why am I here?
Yeah, you know I'm just a poor teen, right?
Step bro. Yeah.
I need one of these. I have this weird headache all day, and I think the only thing to fix it is Fireball.
alcohol.
Yeah.
Fire.
More alcohol. Well,
Cheers to the end.
yeah.
Fuck
Cheers
you.
to the end. Yeah.
Shout out.
That's the name of Tim's podcast.
Yeah.
Not this one, but the
It's
other
not good. Don't listen to
All
it.
right, well.
Cheers.
I'm gonna start bringing Underberg so I can do that while you get.
Well, truthfully, if you start bringing Underburgers, I'll just do those instead.
Yeah.
Because like Underburgers, I
Hey guys,
adore them.
subscribe to the podcast. Buy some Underberg. That would be great. Actually, Underberg America.
Here we go.
If we started an Instagram,
Fuck. Well,
if we started an Instagram and we're like, oh yeah, we're kind of like a low key. We talk about drinks sometimes on the podcast. They would probably send us a swag bag. Underberg America is like they sent us one at the brewery.
for real.
Yeah, we got.
I love Underberg.
We got a flag.
What is Underberg for people that don't know?
Underberg is a German digestif.
Digestif.
It's a little shot, like a tiny little glass bottle, with a green cap on it, and the whole thing is wrapped in paper. If you ever see them, most Louisville bars carry them, at least the good ones. Virtually every Louisville brewery has them. They're insanely bitter. It will wreck your palate, but boy, does it settle your stomach. And I discovered them at Beer Fest because we would be drinking beer all day, and you're like, dude, I am so bloated. And then somebody's like, oh, do a berg. What is this? And you just drink it, and you're like, damn, I feel okay. You know?
That shit, the first one, you're like, that shit was disgusting. What the fuck? You
It's
know?
similar, like it's like in the Amaro family, kind of. So
Tastes like Jägermeister.
except it's not nearly. Well, it's not sweet at all. Because I don't like Jaeger because of
Fucking hate Jaeger.
it's so sweet. But I love Fernet. I love Fernet Branca
I like
and
Menta.
Menta is so good. If you've never
It's
had
hard to
Fernet,
find.
yeah, Fernet Menta. I like Chartreuse. I like weird.
Oh, I fuck with green chartreuse
Yeah.
so hard.
I honestly I like green angel.
A sentence that I never ever
Fuck
Right?
with
never
green
expected to work.
chartreuse.
What's that,
come
like,
out of
you-
it. Oh, I fuck with so hard with chartreuse.
Chewy loves
dog.
Sambuca.
It's so good.
And Sambuca is what, like chilled Sambuca. He loves that stuff. And every time I take him, like, it is like the viscosity of cough medicine.
Yeah, it's
Everything
awful.
about it. I'm just like, chewy.
Gotcha.
It's awful.
Anyways, yeah, so Underberg. Underberg sent us a flag, and they sent us a bunch of stickers and like that little caddy and like
Yeah.
our counter, our cap
Yeah.
counter.
That's cool. Did
Yeah.
it, like the counter as well to show like the cap counter.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
Like,
they're really cool.
Like them. So we got Underberg, we got Larian Studios, we got Arrowhead, we got like what else is it? Costco. What are so in these trying times? Like what are the companies? Actually, we got to get to
Yeah, we got to
Tyler's.
get to Tyler's.
Tyler. Worst job.
What's your worst job, Ty?
Granville. Hands
Oh
down.
shit!
Hands down.
What is Granville?
Granville is a bar in Old Louisville, but when I started, I got a job there because I was trying to bank Sam, which we all knew was never going to happen.
Our sister.
No.
What's happening over there?
Sam Licata.
But no,
Don't,
man,
hey,
like,
what?
the
Bleep
dude,
that out.
The dude who owned it. Yeah, yeah. The dude, like the delay. The dude who owned it, like,
Sam Licata. Beep.
was just the
Dude,
biggest.
it's great. You can just scrub through and you can see the sound spike, and that's when you know they were talking about it.
He was
Just back
the
up like 3 minutes.
biggest scumbag in the world. Like,
Does he still own it?
no, hell no.
Is Granville still there?
Yeah, someone else
Wow.
bought it, redid it all, and everything. Like, it doesn't smell like piss.
It's so close to campus. It's a no brainer.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
well, it was also like notorious through the. It's been around for decades, but it was
Yeah.
notorious for like, oh
been
yeah,
around.
if you're underage, you can drink at Granville.
Yeah, it's been around since the 70s.
Why was he a piece of shit? Was he like fingering dogs?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, he was just finger
but,
blasting
no,
dogs
like,
out back.
That would
Squirrels.
be awful.
He was the only one that
What are you
would
doing
trade.
later?
He would only hire for bar staff to have 2 or 3 dudes on shift so they could close, and then hire just like pretty college girls that had no experience because, you know, to quote, pussy brings in money. And I was like, okay. He goes, you know, when you're closing up at night, there's a pretty girl that's been here, and, you know, she's drunk with her
don't
friends.
do
Like,
it.
Jatz on her.
Just jats all over the bar.
he was like, you don't have, she can hang out, you know, like, get your dick sucked, have her flip chairs
Jesus
and stuff.
Christ! What in the fuck?
I'm not joking.
Make sure she does a little bit of side work before she sucks.
Did he say? Did he mention the implication?
Yeah.
Like
No,
this
no.
is an Always Sunny thing.
He was like, "This gun's never loaded. Wave it at her."
Like, dude, seriously, he was like, have her,
but this identical gun is always loaded.
have her
Don't
flip
fuck it up.
chairs and fuck her. And I'm like, I'm okay, man. I
See what you want to do, and you hear this screeching of chairs coming together,
just- like,
making the perfect rape bed at Granville Inn.
well, it's like, man, and like the dude has, I don't know, he owned that place, and then like, I don't know what he did before that, but his
Sounds
idea,
like he sold used
Probably
diamonds.
prison.
but yeah,
That was after.
his idea of like anything, like his food and all this, like, and his drinks, like he would sell beers that, well, actually, perfect example when like the Coors reps would come in, and they're like, hey, like, we are buying so many rounds that you can like give out or whatever, or however that works. He's like, if you don't get rid of them while they're here, resell them. And I was like, that's illegal, like real illegal. And he's like, no, it's not. Don't worry about it.
Look at Tyler being a fucking paladin over there.
Because I've been in jail and it's awful. All
Yeah, but
right,
you didn't
Like,
go to jail for like, oh, you misrepresented the sale of alcoholic beverages to an individual. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
You're right, I didn't, but I've also been, and anything
Oh, yeah,
that will
Tyler-
put me back in, like, no.
Tyler's the hardest one out of us, I guess.
That doesn't make me hard. Like, I wasn't having fun. I wasn't like, well, who wants to get fucked? Like when I walked in,
we were
like,
talking about
That one's banana.
we were talking about jail time
You're a banana.
at the brewery the other day, and
Yeah.
yeah, man, it's part of it. But yeah, T-Mart, we're like, T-Mart brought up his situation, and somebody's like, man, that sucks. And I was like, hold on. He called the cops because somebody was like, why didn't you run? I was like, there was no run. He called the police on himself.
yeah, well, I thought it was his car. I thought
No,
had
he was under the influence, and he was going to park or something, and he hit a parked car. And he was immediately like, fuck, well.
What a nice guy. Jesus.
And he just, yeah. And when he said when the cops pulled up, he was just sitting on his hood waiting for him. And his wife, basically, he got off easier because he was so compliant. He was like, they're going to find it. Like, it's my tags and stuff are on it. Like, it's going to be, you know, his car was fucked up. I don't think he could have, maybe he could have, it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. It was to
It's-
that point. I thought you meant that he put his registration on the front of his car and stamped it on the other car.
No,
so they can definitely tell who it is.
No, it was the Prius. They have something in them. If you get in an accident, it basically shuts the car off. Like you can't.
He doesn't have a Prius.
He did.
No, he didn't. He had a Jetta and then a Focus.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Do it right now.
Yes.
I'm gonna text him real quick.
By all means. He's working his way like,
All right,
what?
next topic, Davey. Where
Yeah,
are we at?
I mean, no, truthfully,
This is so rambly.
no.
Have
Actually,
you heard you before?
I'm going to go out on a limb. I know we're not being ridiculous, but I think that this
Are we just warming up?
this specific style is liked by some of the listeners. Now,
Oh, okay.
so for example, Brandon used to work at UPS. I'll name drop Brandon. Like Brandon worked.
Brandon, where'd you work?
Wow,
I'm
crazy.
not waiting for him.
He did HR.
Wing C. Unload.
HR.
Really? That's not the same thing.
I mean, like I feel like we.
I mean,
go
the
to
company-
HR is not the same
No,
thing.
I actually
company
Wing
still
C.
sucks.
job. Yeah, but the thing is, like, I was part of the union, and like union jobs and company jobs were very different. HR would be a company job.
Okay, I mean, he's still
Different situation.
Oh my god.
He still worked at UPS.
Okay, that's like saying you work at rallies and then somebody worked at Checkers. And like, that's the same thing. It's obviously not. One is called rallies and one is Checkers.
Okay, moving on.
Okay. So, what's because I'm like, fuck it. We're already kind of in this like mellow adjacent to because we're not ABCing the jerk off list or whatever. Like I'm fine with it. I like the one of what's holding you back. I like that one because it's we don't have to keep it as what's up.
They'll help.
Oh sure.
you go.
Who's got it? Was it me?
Shit. Sorry.
Sorry, we're opening a beer.
Sorry. God.
Well, go ahead and start, Dave.
So
what's holding you back?
Yeah, I was thinking about it because like it's such a broad what's holding you back, and like I can only boil it down to the general evasion of discomfort.
Holding you back from what?
Just
Like what is? Because to me, I love this question, but
Sure,
to me, it kind of
sure,
begs
sure,
the question of like,
to what? Like,
yeah,
why?
Because I guarantee we all four of us probably jump to different things of what that.
I got
means.
you.
Yeah,
I got
it's
you.
still
I got
holding
you.
you back.
I can narrow
yeah,
this
yeah,
down.
agreed.
I can narrow this down. So I think of it like this: when do you know what happened? So mine's like health based,
Sure.
in a sense. Like, is there a thing? Is there like a something that happens? Or is it just a culmination? Like I'm speaking about like a heart attack. Like if you have a heart attack like right now, where there's signs before outside of your lifestyle choices, like is there a feeling that you get that you're like, man, like I am so close to a heart attack and aneurysm as something, or is it just a random chance based off of your past decision and genetics or whatever?
I think it's a little bit of both, probably.
You know what I mean? Like I think about this
there's
a lot.
obviously signs, but it's like most people just ignore those signs and don't take care of themselves, right?
But like I feel just fine. I feel like
do you feel like you're gonna just have a heart attack?
no, I don't. I really don't. But like I'm not. I don't know if I'm like. Does that go into mind over matter? Am I just making my heart feel it better? I know this is really like this. This is not the. Well, fuck it. This is part of life.
Yeah,
like we
course.
could. Whatever. But I think about that a lot. About health based specifically. It's like the gym or eating or stuff like that. It is the like aversion and evasion of discomfort, aka like the gym or not having that extra piece of lasagna or whatever.
So when you address the question of what's holding you back from what? And maybe I just missed
holding
that
you
then.
back from what? So
I'm not trying to be obtuse.
being a healthier version of myself.
Got it. Okay. What's
Being
keeping
a
you
healthier
from
version of myself. Well, that's what I was kind of
Got it.
alluding to
Sorry.
in the preface, if you will. That's as far as I can like, because I was thinking, because I saw this question, I was like, that's pretty good, because we could get fun and like deep and in our fifis and shit, just whatever.
So you're saying just the overall feeling of discomfort, no matter what, across the board, is what's holding you back from being a better version of yourself?
I keep thinking that
But
if
like physically, you're speaking physically.
Yes.
Being
Yeah,
a better
yes.
version of yourself physically.
yes. 100%. And I think that's, but I don't know if that's just way too fucking like milk toast for me to say, because it's like, I'm like, duh, of course it's the aversion of.
Yeah, but even with that, I mean, does that go to the aspect of like going to the gym and not going so hard that like you're walking into work and you're like, ow, ow, ow? Well, I mean, that's a legit
No,
question.
I don't
Like,
disagree.
with discomfort. Like,
I don't know. It's like if anything, I've tried to change my mentality towards the gym. The gym for me in the recent past has been, I think of it like this. I'm going to use air quotes, physical therapy. Like I'm there and I can like work out my demons.
Yeah, I mean, it's been proven to release, serotonin and
other of this podcast approved chemicals.
but little Jatz here and there,
Sorry, PF.
Use promo code FAILING and get 50% off of dopamine
of a
And new
jar of
peptides.
Jatz.
and at jarofjats.com.
But and also like
Get that URL.
if I just because this was like in the chat, it was so short for you to see this list as well. So if you don't have like an off the rip thing, like we could just go on to like the next one or whatever the fuck. But I don't know. It's just something I was thinking about recently about like, in the very narrow window of like, do you just know when you're gonna have a heart attack or something, or is there like a definitive sign of geez Louise, probably should get that looked at? And then men in general. We're all married and that theoretically would live longer because we're married because women.
Not in my house. They kill their men. Like I'm not even lying. Like
Dude, your eyebrows lifted.
I'm not.
There was so
I'm
much
not even,
genuine
I'm
like
not even joking.
like that. This is the closest I've known Tim for 15 years. This is the
15 years.
closest I think ever. Where it's really like I'm asking for help.
Like
I cannot
this is
say
a clear.
I'm on mic.
Clear and present.
But
Like cry for help. Please.
If I don't
Danger
answer my
close.
phone, you know what the fuck is up.
He's blinking in Morse code right now as
like
well.
like
or
they don't
Morse.
legitimately
what's he
murder
blinking?
them. Like
Go Jats.
I'm not sure what that means. Like they
a
don't
football
physically murder them or anything, but a lot
I'm
of
not-
men,
I'm not saying they
die.
don't do that.
I'm just saying a lot of men die in this family. That's
like,
all I'm saying.
It's a lot of nagging. I just don't know what to say, but it just wears somebody down. But yeah, it just that's as far as I can boil it down. As I'm like, literally, is there something, or am I going to feel normal?
How can I put this? Does the act of being like uncomfortable or discomfort like send you into anxiety, like to the point
It's
where
just
where
it's the pre of that. Because once I'm in it, then I'm just like, this is great.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, granted, there's like
I think that's the majority of us.
there's
though, man, to be
variance
honest with you.
in the like, let's say the workout. There's variance in the workout. Once I'm there, how hard do I push myself? Whatever.
Yeah, because I love the feeling of after a workout.
Yes.
It's incredible. But doing all the work, or even just getting there, like physically getting up and getting dressed and getting out the house, like yes,
Yeah.
I totally agree with
There's
you.
a lot of I listened to a neurosurgeon give a talk a few years ago.
Joe Rogan.
Fear related stuff, but he was talking about how your brain makes memories and the way that like neurons fire. They basically a very dumbed down thing, and don't quote me on the parts of the brain, but like the amygdala, I believe, is a very like primal, it's one of the first parts of your brain to develop, and it's things of like, that's hot, that makes me feel not good, and you learn a lot faster because it's attached to survival. Those same feelings are like when you taste something that's like, again, because attached to survival, like that's bitter, that's poison, in your head. If you have something bad, you remember bad things and things you don't enjoy a lot faster, and they become this like second. You don't look at a hot pan and be like, is that still hot? Oh shit, it's still. You just know. Right. You just know it is. And I wonder, like fucking armchair, neurologist here, but like I have the exact same thing with the gym. I don't want to wake up. I don't want to go do it. I fight myself all the way to the point I warm up on a bike and I'm like, what am I doing? And until I'm like a mile and a half, 2 miles in. And even then, sometimes it just doesn't click. I wonder if it's just like, I hate all of this so much, and you have to get through so much of this, like,
right.
I mean, even fucking every like motivational, like, you tell that part of your brain to shut up, and you're gonna pump through, and push, which
so easy
I think
to
can be
say that out
toxic.
loud.
Sure, but
that is the opposite side of toxic, but it is toxic.
Yeah.
One of our listeners,
Goggins?
actually,
Yeah.
one of our listeners in Colorado, Lee, is an avid. I'm just going to generally call him a trail running / climbing / swimming outdoorsman type fitness thing. But I'm wondering if he has like if this is just a natural human.
I think so, because like I hate to be that guy, but like before Joe Rogan had a podcast.
What?
Like
there was no such thing.
He would talk about all the time about like, he's like, I don't want to go to the gym. Like, I don't want to get up. I don't want to do these things. But I push myself through all that because I know eventually I have to. You know what I mean?
He wants to defeat his inner bitch.
I
Yeah,
wonder.
essentially,
I
but-
wonder if there's a time with. I feel like recreational sports like mountain biking and climbing and stuff like that have blown up in recent years. And I don't know if the barrier for entry is just lower, or if it's an attempt of like if somebody was like, dude, you want to get into cycling? And like, we'll get a road bike. We'll put down 100 miles. Every part of that, and I like bikes. I'm like, no, fuck that. Somebody's like, you want to get a mountain bike? And we can like ride downhill and we do like 100 miles. I'm way more into like, oh hell yeah, that sounds rad.
Yeah.
I'm way more inclined, just because in my head that sounds like adventure. Riding on fucking Utica Pike, I'm like, no, absolutely not. What are you
Rose
talking about?
Island missed me with that hill.
Also, the outfits aren't cool. Like, I need something that looks something that looks vaguely tactical.
You're like,
you got to play into my masculinity. I want to feel like this could be Call of Duty adjacent in real life.
Could the Mandalorian ride this? Yes or no?
Like, don't give me, dude. You do any recreational sport at any point or activity whatsoever, and have that moment of like, this would be a cool Call of Duty mission. And if you can have that, all of a sudden it's like
50,000 people
Way
died here. No, it's a ghost town.
50,000 people died.
I don't. We went on a hike yesterday for Sam's birthday, and it was
0 people laughed at that. Like, they're like,
What is that?
I didn't play COD 4. What do you mean?
what's Call of Duty.
Alex,
There's like 4 people. Like, I thought this was a gaming podcast.
do you think that like the amygdala? I'm sorry, the amygdala. That's a hard word to say. Amygdala. Do you think the amygdala is the reason that you remember every single person's dick that you sucked? Like,
Hell yeah!
because the way that works. So not
The way that works.
Full circle.
not so it would
yes
be,
and no.
yeah. Well, yes and no. Not everyone, because that implies that everyone is a negative experience. But yeah, the first 2-3 dozen, absolutely. Like
Sure.
and it's not so distinct.
What was
Like,
the first one you cried at though?
I mean, for probably the first 5 or 6.
Okay.
I mean,
but dude, I cried a lot of. You're a parent, you understand.
That's
I look at my
different.
kids sometimes and just cry for
That's
no
different.
reason.
No, that's different.
I know.
when a dick is pounding into your mouth.
So you have experience. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I worked in the
Hold on.
restaurant
So
industry.
is-
Yeah.
Is he sucking dick
Is this
or getting
homophobic?
skull fucked?
This is vaguely homophobic.
The amount of the answer is yes, Tyler. But yeah.
So it was an easy avenue to go down the Alex is poor. Ha ha. He'll suck.
Hold
dick
on,
for
we
money.
didn't even get to do
I know.
the round table.
I know, but the
I want to tell you why I'm giving up.
the thing is that it's
Don't silence me.
to me it's not just like the socioeconomic like standard or whatever wherever he's at. It's like I keep thinking about Alex like,
Sucking dick.
well, that and I haven't know how to like broach that subject with him or whatever. But it's not just that. Just something about Alex and like that his house has like like kind of looser souls in a sense, just kind of like mayhaps his wife a witch, but like Alex smokes weed one time and he's just like, it could happen. I cannot unthink
That's
this
not
thought.
inaccurate.
Oh, yeah, dude, yeah.
Like, I've never had an experience in real talk. I've never had an experience with the dude, but it was very much like it would have gone for like weed expanded my mind from such a pedestrian level of. I grew up Catholic in a southern Indiana household with a fairly conservative family. The idea of smoking weed was demonized to the point in our household that I told my little brother, Tyler, who's sitting across the room, if I ever find out you smoke weed, I'm going to fucking whoop your ass. That's an insane thing to say.
And now he's sucking dick for it.
And now I'm like, how come no one will smoke weed with me? Why am I in a room with like I'm trying to get a volcano in here? And anyways, but yeah, it's no
just
hit it
don't
one
do
time and
that.
it's immediate like. I mean, no, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like,
he's trying to galaxy brain like being okay with sucking dick. But
like
I love that
you
video.
look me in
remember
the
that video?
eyes.
Like, it was like 150,000. He's like, I'm sucking it. And it's like, damn, I didn't even get damn.
I'm just saying. So we all know the thing of like you look at any texture and you know what it would feel like on your tongue. You know that's a meme that's been like, look at anything. You know what that feels like. You look at this right here. You know what that feels like on your tongue.
I thought my dick had wrinkles when I was peeing earlier today.
Now, with that being
ahead.
said, every single time you've looked at, maybe this is just me being autistic as fuck, but every time you've seen something like a phallic sex toy or something, you're like, kind of wonder what's that texture feel like? Not necessarily on your tongue, but not your tongue.
This is an easy transition.
Yeah, I can't say that I have.
You guys don't like textures?
No,
What's
Alex
wrong
is-
with
No,
you?
I do, but I've never looked at a dick and been like, I know what that fucking feels like
That's
in my
not what I
mouth.
said. No,
That's
no.
100% what you just
Alex is stimming
He
is
said-
filleting
he
men.
said phallic, so we'll say cucumber.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if the cucumber tastes unpeeled. in my mouth.
Hold on. You just described eating a cucumber. I wonder what that cucumber would taste like unpeeled in my mouth. That's just eating a cucumber.
Because that's how people eat cucumbers, like carrots. You know what I mean? They just grab.
I mean, I will say you're not so innocent in this because you are part of this mudblood dick sucking family.
That's true.
Also,
for
a lot
real.
of projection all night.
Why am I getting shit on?
Because you're part of the fucking muggles over here. We're pure wizards,
you
non-dick sucking wizards.
I wish you would have killed me years ago when you put that gun to my head.
Non-dick sucking wizards. David, of everybody in this room, there's only
You are the most
there's only
metrosexual.
one person that I don't know definitively.
That's the irony. Is
Has-
I'm
yeah.
the most like as in the encounters, the total amount of encounters of like roll initiative to suck dicks that could have happened in my life.
Watch
are
you make out with more than one man.
It's not just that. That's a power play.
I asserted my dominance.
So I asked the question, having seen this, given what we just said,
Sure.
what is holding you back?
That's a great transition.
Yeah, that's yeah.
That's nasty, man. That's good.
Oh fuck! That was
You're like I said, the
You just pointed
The discomfort, the
You're like, art major, bitch.
no, I get to watch YouTube 3 days a week for 8 hours.
Same. Anyway,
Shout out Commissar Kai. Gonna be joining the Discord soon.
That'd be wild. I just want to know what it feels like on my fucking tongue.
What other?
I have
what other
heard a
discussions?
woman say before that a clean dick tastes like avocado.
I heard that same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Well, on the internet, that
Stinks. And I'm
Hey
like, my bad.
Nate, will you look into that? For
Yeah,
us?
can you pull up like
He
the?
doesn't have. He can just tell us.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
He's like, oh my god, that boy was so cute. Shut up, dude.
We're gonna get canceled so hard.
Nah.
We already
all right,
are.
favorite F
No,
slur.
dude. If
go.
we get if we get canceled, we get to go on Joe Rogan and be like, "It's just crazy." You wouldn't understand. It's trying to be fun. The whole thing is you can't say anything. It's freedom of speech.
I have black friends.
Yeah. Blah 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 blah. Is there anyone you keep? Is there anyone you keep around in your friend circle just to know that your life is better than theirs?
We already discussed that.
Yeah.
David keeps all three of us.
It's not like that.
Oh, what's it like?
Anyway, so
What's holding you back, David?
just
Because he has no other friends.
Is this podcast going to just slowly turn into us taunting David into a
sucking dick.
a mass shooting? Like, what's holding you back, dude? Like,
Dude, bet you won't. Dude, bet you won't.
A mass jatzing is more like it.
mass jazzing.
He likes FromSoft too much. He'll never do it.
Yeah. But the thing is, I will say there's no difficulty slider in life. So
Well, yes and no.
Yes and no.
you brought up. I will say so. Yes. No. I'm not shitting on you. You just
First time for
recoil.
everything.
I'm pointing at Tyler for people that are not on the Patreon.
Subscribe to the Patreon.
You brought up that the most recent, not Armored Core,
Creed.
Assassin's Creed was getting good reviews. Alas, I will say the actual the more independent video essays that I've seen as of late have not been so kind about it.
What I will say is this: for the PS Pro members among us,
Where is one? Point
Oh,
at one.
it's right there.
Right there.
This seems kind of heavy.
I saw a Digital Foundry breakdown of the regular PS5 and the PS5 Pro, and it significantly looked better on the
I have
Pro.
not seen that Digital
yeah.
Foundry one.
Crazy amount.
Oh,
To the point
almost
where-
a different game.
Yes,
Like, it
to the
almost
point
looks
where I
like
was
a
just like,
different game.
damn, dude, that actually, like, it's still not worth $700, but, like, it's still, I was just like, holy shit, like, it actually, like, looks like a better game, not
Yeah.
just like, oh, here's a slightly higher frame rate.
Sure. I mean, I don't know. Is it worth $700 for me? Does it make me feel better? Sure. Do I get? Are you guys playing Helldivers at 1080p and I'm playing it at 1440p? Yes. But like, I'm gonna shrug. I'm gonna go, whatever. It doesn't matter, because like Helldivers is fucking
David,
thick as shit.
I think you just proved our point about keeping us around to make yourself feel better. I think you just proved our point.
No, guys.
Hey,
fellas, like,
wait a minute.
Enjoy your fucking 1080p, bitches.
no,
What I have is better objectively, but just so you don't feel too bad.
I'll just shrug it away.
no,
Someone's got to do it. I'm glad I can jump on that grenade for you guys.
well, it's more of I'm your, buyer's remorse. Let me do that for you. I will fall. You think I will fall in this grenade for you? Don't buy the PS5 Pro, guys. It's just not worth it.
Whoa, we're trying to get Sony to sponsor us. Shut up.
Not just that, because like your TVs are good enough, but
So that's where Sony comes in.
it's where sponsor us. Underberg!
Also, I just realized something. I think all four of us have the same, like, fuck you impression voice for all four of us.
Oh.
Like, if any of us, like, do it, Dave, what's David say? Oh, you're just going to talk. Like, it's just a default.
You are not wrong, because I'll do it against
I'm
Tyler.
a voice actor, so.
I know.
loud
And
as
you're
shit.
so then you're making the choice.
You'll do it against me just for any. I won't even say anything.
Hey, dude, you need quiet down.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
No, because mine for Tyler's is like, I gotta ask Whitney if I can take a shit. It's like, but I'll do that for everybody, basically.
Well, see, I respect my wife. That's the thing.
Here's the thing, but
You don't.
here's the thing, is like that is weaponizing like therapy talk towards me.
It's not.
And you can have your feelings, and
Yeah.
I'll have mine over here.
Tim, I got a question for you.
No.
Yeah.
What's holding you back?
That's a good question. I'd say me in general. Just in general, me. I agree with pretty much everything that David said about the getting up to go to the gym and everything. I have what I don't talk about a lot is some pretty crippling anxiety. Like legitimately, I hate public speaking. Not that any of you would ever know that. I swear to God.
Really?
I fucking swear to God.
Is
I do.
this public? Does this feel public?
No, not at all.
The door's shut.
Even when like
Doors open, he's sweating. I mean,
no, but like I'll put the podcast on like in my car or something, and then like if Ashley gets in or the kids get in, like I immediately shut it off. Like I can't hear myself talk with them around. It's fucking weird. Like I'm fucking weird. I've never ever liked it. I've never liked the sound of my voice. I've never liked anything. I've always held myself back. I am always my worst critic. Whenever I fuck up, I take it harder than anybody else will ever take anything in their life. It's I have always been my own worst enemy. I've always held myself back. Always.
It sounds like you need a worser enemy.
Yeah.
Is the thing. Like if you need us to just rag on you more than you ever thought possible.
Don't you guys do that already?
No. I mean, they dig.
This is what we do. Every week.
You call me a bad father on the regular. Like,
That's to make you a better
oh,
father.
got it.
we start bringing in a guest, and then we gaslight him at first. Be like, hey, this whole podcast we're gonna rip on Tim, and then we just turn it and
Talk about diner culture.
absolutely eviscerate this person. I'm talking like, let's get canceled. If we get canceled, we make it big. I flipped the script or my.
I don't hate
Where
that.
it
We'll do
falls.
the Burt Kreischer route. And he was just on Rogan. Was it a big apology tour? Like you keep up on the
JRE.
He's got a new
Universe.
special.
oh, fucking Christ, of course he does. The Machine 6.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was in Russia on a train.
Let me take my shirt off again.
The only thing that I
God.
caught from it, it's called Lucky, and he's like, I'm just so lucky. I'm like, well, yeah, you were born rich.
Yeah,
So, that's lucky. Like, that's, but anyways.
That's so right.
Overall, it's just me. It's my brain is fucked up and it hurts to talk about sometimes. And I need therapy. I legitimately do. So, yeah. Tyler, what's holding you back, man?
I struggle really hard with depression.
Yeah, I do too.
Real hard. But it's just me. Holding myself back, basically. Just, I don't know, like the idea of like, no matter what I do, it's not enough. Not that it's not good enough, but it's not enough.
Like, quantitatively.
Maybe.
Qualitatively.
Monetarily.
All the above. I mean, yeah. Like, it could always be better. So I feel like what I do or what I've done just
Doesn't
isn't-
matter.
Yeah.
That's the way I feel. Yeah.
Man, I watched a video not too long ago. I can't remember who it was, a YouTuber, but was talking about the difference. Like, it was about perfectionism and the idea of being like perfect versus good enough. and what that means, and that there's like this super fine line of like, I think like as a culture, we think of perfectionism and like that is the echelon of whatever you're in, whatever you do, when you are perfect and you're a perfectionist at it, and you know nothing, that's like, oh yeah, they're amazing. When in reality, it's like those people don't produce a lot. They tend to get really stuck in. Then they like, I know, you know, I'll hide behind my procrastination, be like, well, it's got to be perfect. Like, no, I'm being lazy, and I think that's kind of a thing. And then the opposite being like good enough, being like, no, do it well, and also learn when you got to be like, okay, this is finished. I'm finished with this, and then like move to the next thing. Yeah, I don't know. It's that's been something I've been trying to do, of like not get caught up in like wanting to be like, hey, it's got to go. I had a point to this, but
what's holding you back, Alex? For those not on the Patreon, whatever.
I have a
The meme
weird,
only works when we're not being serious, David.
I know. I have a weird, because the reason I asked, like, oh, when you think about that, what is that? So I'm thinking like, what is holding me back from what?
Sure.
And mine's like, okay, I keep talking about how I want to do more video. I want to do more of these projects. And I have all these ideas, and I start trying to write them down. I have all the gear. I have everything that I need, other than maybe time. But I can manipulate my time to like make it work. And I'm like, why don't I do that? And I think it's some type of like laziness, or just like, I always feel like I lack motivation. I get really excited about something, and then literally within hours, I'm like, yeah, let me finish my taxes, and then I can do it. Like, I just make excuses. And then two, and this one is kind of weird, because I got to open my brewery, and then that wasn't as cool as I thought it would be. And it's like, while I don't like completely regret it, it is not at all like, it's work. It's a lot of work. I knew it was going to be work. I said it was going to be, but it's a completely different. It's kind of hard to explain.
Sure.
And I don't want to sit here and lament like, I got to open a brewery and it's just,
I don't think
you guys
everybody's
just
gonna
don't
take it
get
that
it.
way.
Some people, some people in the industry that like
Sure.
bartenders and whatnot, because but yeah, it's just a strange where it's like, man,
Can I say something on that?
Yeah.
I have one of my friends. His name is Jason Johnson. No relation. He was an incredible artist. Like, I don't know if you guys know, but you guys would know, but people out there, but I draw, or I used to draw. I haven't drawn in a really long time. I was pretty good at it. At least I thought I was. Jason Johnson was incredible. Like, he was incredible at it. He got turned down for Marvel and DC so many times, but like, he literally would draw panels and like full pages and like send them in to get hired. He finally got hired at Image, and then he left Image and went to Marvel. And I hadn't seen him for years. And then he was so fucking excited, you know, he finally got to do his passion. And then like 5 years later, I want to say, I finally saw him again. And he looked like really run down and just kind of like out of it. I was like, yo, man, what's it like working for Marvel? And he's just like, yeah, my passion became my job, and that really fucking sucks.
yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. It's like, now I don't want to draw, but I have to.
Yeah. And so I had a fantastic ceramics teacher when I was in college. Maybe the biggest lesson that I took away from college, from like any course, was, syllabus day, very first day of his class, and he talked about his passions. Literally up to that point in my life, it was like, you have passion, and it's a singular passion. You know, like Tim draws or he cooks, but he doesn't do both. Alex makes videos or he makes beer. He doesn't do both.
Right.
Like, that's, and Malcolm's class was like, I love ceramics. I love comic books. I like graffiti. I like motorcycles. And it was like, hold on. I can like things, not just thing. And those things can change. And that was like, I don't know, that's the thing that I always hold on to. But in that same of like, I had a passion that turned into a job. Now I'm still passionate about beer, but I will never, I've talked to somebody about this, like, I'll never be able to sit down and have a beer ever again. That's a thing of like the way that my brain works thinking about beer, from a commercial aspect or a technical aspect, or like, what is this? Like, it'll never be a thing where I can just be like, yeah, nice. Like, throw them back. Like, it's always that there's just it immediately hits of something. I don't want like my videos and stuff, I really enjoy doing them, and I want to be technical about them, but I don't ever want them to get to a point that I can't watch a movie or a TV show and just be able
I
to
think that's
enjoy
going to
it.
be different because if you're just doing it independently, like
Yeah.
on YouTube, you're not beholden to anybody but yourself at that
Right.
point. I think it's different at that point. So I think follow that passion, man. Keep doing it because you're actually really good at it.
I was talking to Cassie earlier today because I was, in a sense, I started talking to her about video games because I know that she was into Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and it's a game that I want to do as soon as possible. I kept there was all these qualifiers I was saying out loud, like it feels like a game in the wintertime, and it feels like it's horse shit. I can walk and chew gum at the same time. This is not on the same emotional level as yours, but I was telling you that I just finished my playthrough of Elden Ring. I had this itch to do Elden Ring. She was like, "How was that?" I was like, "It's probably my 11th time beating the game." But nothing beats the first playthrough. Nothing beats that unknown discovery excitement portion of it. I wish I could replicate it, but you just sure can't. I wish there was
But now
something
it's just comfort, right?
kind of.
That's straight up addiction. That's literally how people talk about doing heroin.
Yeah.
Nothing hits like that first time. That's.
But I wish there was a way or a best practice or a way or a something to ground myself to just know that next time is going to be, just slightly it's gonna be great. Elden Ring is gonna be great, or it's gonna be awful, or my performance is bad. It's gonna be good. Whatever it is, it's gonna be something, but it's never gonna be like that first time.
Sure. You're just chasing that high over and over and over again. Is basically what you're saying.
Kind of.
I mean, not to bring up.
Well, in a
something
sense,
that.
yeah. I mean, I wish there was I've been unable to inform my brain about that, even though I'm okay. As low as video games go or whatever. I'm not super upset about it, but it was just a fact. It was just nothing's like that first time.
Yeah. I wonder if that's why there's such a huge influx of media of across all platforms of have we gotten to a point that we could, I think everybody can agree, the first time is the most exciting. That's when things are the funniest. That's when it's holy shit, it's brand new and nothing will ever live up to that first time. So if you just make massive amounts of it, trying to constantly how do you remake that, but try to
you're just chasing the dragon, right?
But then it's I know for me, if I turned on Netflix right now, I would just be crippled and be I don't know what to watch, and I would just go back to something I've seen.
Yeah,
it's even in
do it all the
YouTube.
time.
Go back to I think you should leave over and over and over again. You're well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, outside of good. And I'm gonna suck Helldiver's dick for a second because is it the first time? No, but is it damn close? Is it damn close? Because it almost doesn't matter if they never updated the game, but we were somehow in this world okay with it. Let's assume that the game itself and the game mechanics are one piece of it, but the friendship, fun, story time, the video game D&D that we're doing in a sense, that's what completes that circuit for me or whatever.
There's two highs that I've been chasing. One is obviously the first time I played Halo, or even playing with friends and all that stuff. I got almost that same feeling when I started playing Helldivers with you guys. Legitimately, it was one of the most fun times that I've had playing video games. I can remember in probably 20 years. Legitimately. And
honestly, I can. Yeah, I don't remember the last time a game like this hit for me.
Yeah, and it's
GoldenEye.
It's the mechanics are cool. It's kind of janky. It's just silly, but it's just playing with you guys is fucking fun. It's a blast.
Halo 2 still has,
dude, Halo 2.
A feeling that I have never been able with video games to refeel, and it's when you go to kill the scarab.
Yeah,
and you're running on the beams with just weapons on both sides. That feeling with the theme playing.
See, don't get me wrong, the game is great, but the community, going to the midnight release of Halo 2 was just it was a fucking high I've never felt in my entire life, legitimately. And I've been really high before.
Was it 4 that you went to GameStop?
Yeah, I went to GameStop and you went to fucking... No, that was one of the greatest things ever.
I went to Walmart.
Yeah, he drove to Walmart. He drove by GameStop, went to Walmart and got it, and I've had it pre-ordered at GameStop, and he already got home and started fucking playing.
Thanks, Walmart. Tyler was Good.
You pre-ordered this, idiot.
Largest retail in the United States. Got it. Not GameStop. I'm going to that other
the
place.
idea was, like, we had just got off work. He was like, I have it pre-ordered, so I'm going to the midnight launch. I was like, I did not pre-order it.
That was the last midnight launch I ever went to.
And
by the
I
way.
drove by GameStop, and the line wrapped around the corner. I was like, I'm not doing that. So I was like, I'll fucking check out Walmart. It was Clarksville. So, like, there's that GameStop and then Walmart. I was like, fuck it, I'll go there. Well, maybe.
Do
You know-
you, sorry, go ahead.
What?
I was gonna say, do you remember us buying Grand Theft Auto? It was our spring break.
At a midnight launch?
No, it was spring break, but it was the day that it came out. But the guy was like, "Aren't you all supposed to be in school?" I was like, "Dude, we're on spring break." Like that. It was,
dude,
and then
it was San Andreas.
I think I was 17. And he was like, "You got to be 17." I was like, "I am." And he was like, "But he's with you."
Anyway, I went into Walmart.
Oh my God,
I walked
for
back
real?
to
Yeah,
electronics.
it was. He sold it to us. It was. Yeah.
No one's there. Some kid walks out, like, just a Walmart employee from somewhere. And he's like, "Can I help you?" And I was like, "You have any copies of Halo 4?" And he's like, "Yeah, we got boxes." Nobody's in Walmart. I'm the only one there. I was like, "Can I have one?" He's like, "Yeah." And just
He didn't charge him. He's just like, "Hey, dude."
Walk out the back.
He's like, "Yeah, come out this way."
realistically, I mean, I went up to, because that was the time it didn't have like the plastic cases on it. I could have very easily left Walmart.
Yeah.
The kid gave me the game and told me to go to self checkout. I could have
Get
just.
the fuck out of here.
I wasn't thinking I should have done it, but
See this Walmart again.
I get it.
did we also did that with Resident Evil 6 too, didn't
No,
we?
you bought Resident Evil 6 and came over to my house.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
And then we played it together and we both, for like 2 hours. And then I remember we both looked at each other and I was like, this game fucking sucks. He's like, this game sucks so
I
bad.
was like,
Yeah.
this is not fun.
I think the only release I remember Brink.
Yeah.
I was so hyped for that game.
Because the hype for it was insane.
It was
Like,
awesome, and that game fucking sucked.
that game had potential to be awesome.
One of my favorite moments of that Halo 4 thing was he was like, oh yeah, I got it already. I was like, fuck you, dude. I was like, I'm standing in line with these fucking nerds behind me that won't shut
yeah.
up. And he goes,
Scorpion, kick him in the neck.
Scorpion, kick him in the neck. And I was dying laughing in line. Yeah.
I was dying at home just imagining you scorpion kicking anything. Especially someone shorter than you, which most people
Oh,
are.
he was. Yeah, he was like 5'3". He was fucking.
Like,
nothing.
damn, Tim's flexibility is bananas.
No, it's not,
Like,
because all I do is stick my leg out and it's already like 5 feet in the air. So yeah.
My favorite thing about this podcast is we have literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 12 fucking topics.
We've gotten to 3 of them.
Oh yeah, and because most of this is just like us. What
We want to do one more and call it?
I read it out loud, and it's us just shitting on each other, or more specifically, Tyler and David shitting on each other, like in the work communications app that we use.
Oh, I wanted to say the first high was chasing that Halo. The second high was chasing the high of the Scholastic Book Fair back in the day. If you had like $10, man, you could buy a Goosebumps book and a poster.
Dude,
you can run it up.
we take the kids to book fair when it comes through now, and it gives
Give me that
so much
Prowler
anxiety.
poster, cuz.
So like, I get there and I'm like, oh, the kids are so great about it, but it's a thing where I just want to be like, anything you see you want, we'll buy.
Yeah.
There's like, wait, what? I was like,
I
well, I'll
don't
drop
care. I don't
$600.
ca- yeah, I'm like, I'm fucking give them the credit card. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm the same exact way. I hate going to book fairs because the kids always want shit, but I'm always just like, I don't care, because every book fair I ever went to, we were fucking poor and I never got anything. I shouldn't say never. There was very, very seldom times. But it was just like, mom gave me like $5 and she's like, here, and I could buy like one Goosebumps book. And I'm just like, please, yes, okay, great.
I'm always giving me like $10.
Yeah. But I got like maybe one book, and then it was like, give me a poster and some erasers.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah. Give me that cheese eraser. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't work.
This one looks like a watermelon wedge.
Yeah, and like you put it on the edge of your pencil and you try to erase and it doesn't work. And it
Not at all.
folds off of your...
Smears
It's like the
everything.
next day you put it on your pencil, looking at everyone like, "What's up, pussy?"
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, I'm rich as fuck, dog.
Oh, you got standard number 2? That's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
You ever heard of number 3?
Did you get a bunch of books, idiot?
I can't read. No, but like,
Threes.
just to wrap it. I know you said, do you want to do another one? No.
All right.
But it goes, so we went through what's holding you back, and that, so for the listeners at home, hearing the other 3 fathers on the podcast, that's why I keep them around, because they're all broken fucking losers, dude.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We've come full circle.
Jatz.
Jatz, baby. Jatz. All right. Well, I guess we're going to fucking wrap it up and get the fuck out of here, you know? Yeah.
What'd you learn this week?
I learned that all of us are fucking broken in different ways, and I fucking love you guys.
Tyler?
So, yeah.
I wish you would have ended it back in the day at your dad's barn. Like,
Pretty good.
Jesus
Alex?
Christ. My mom wants to buy me a fish sandwich tomorrow.
Not bad. So I made a calculator. We'll see you.
All right. Bye.
You made a calculator?
Shut up, dude.